Welcome in, everybody. We're going to give all of our participants a few minutes to log in to today's webinar. We'll get started here in just a few moments. Thank you all for joining us. All right, we're going to let everyone log in. Just a few more minutes. Looks like we've got several people logging in today. Happy Thursday, everybody. Almost Friday. I'm ready for it. Give everyone just another minute or two. Can I get a hand raise for everyone who's ready for Friday? Oh, I see 2, 3. Andy, of course, yep. Awesome. Okay. We've still got some people logging in, but we're gonna go ahead and get this show on the road so we don't take too much of your time. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I don't know about where you all are, but it's kind of a gloomy, rainy day here in Knoxville, Tennessee, but hopefully the sun will come out here soon. This is our My20 LogiCam webinar, where we're going to focus on the features and benefits of the My20 Dash Cam. We'll show you why the Logicam is the most advanced camera system in trucking and how it can detect, correct, and prevent accidents before they happen. My name is Kristen. I'm the VP of Marketing for My20, based out of our US headquarters in Knoxville, Tennessee. Our presenter today is Andy Dishner. He's the COO and head of sales for Connexial. He's also based here in our Knoxville office. Thank you, Andy, for joining us today.
Yes, glad to be here. Thank you, Kristen.
We also have Tom Clark with us. Tom is our VP of Product Development based out of our Atlanta, Georgia office. Thank you, Tom.
You bet. My pleasure to be here.
For those of you who are not familiar with our company, Connexial, we are a US-based fleet management and telematics company with over 100 combined years of experience in the trucking industry. Our mission is to create superb technology for transportation. Our team is experienced and responsive, and we're constantly looking for ways to improve our drivers' lives on and off the road. We have a wide variety of products that we offer, such as the My20 ELD, My20 Fleet Management System, our Go Fuel, which is our fuel discount program. Go Find is trailer tracking, My20 Locking System, which is a digital secure locking solution. And today, what we're focusing on, the My20 LogiCam, which is our AI-powered dash cam. Each of these products we built with the driver in mind. Our company goal is to build strong partnerships with our customers, which gives us the ability to provide hands-on support and adapt to the ever-changing needs of the trucking industry. Today, we'll be introducing and demoing the My20 LogiCam integrated system. We've got a lot of information and cool features to show you, and we hope that you'll leave this webinar understanding who we are as a company, but also the value that the My20 ecosystem can bring to your fleet. We're proud of our products and the support that we offer to the industry, and we hope that you'll see for yourself that My20 is the partner and product that you're looking for. We are recording today's session, so if you'd like to revisit the information, features, and benefits that we go over, you'll have the opportunity to do so. Or you can reach out to us anytime and schedule a more personalized demo to meet your business needs. So to get going and respect everyone's time and busy schedules, we're going to be quick to our agenda. We are going to do a 10 to 15 minute overview of who we are and the My20 LogiCam specs, and then a high level dashboard demo of the actual system, followed by about 5 to 10 minute Q&A session. If you have questions as we go throughout the session, there is a Q&A box at the bottom of your Zoom window. You can see the little 2 message icons that say Q&A. You can type your questions in there, and then we'll answer them at the end of the demo. Thank you all. And Andy, let's get this show on the road.
Sounds good. Thank you, Kristen. I'm very excited. Again, Andy Dishner. I'm very excited to share a little bit about the Logicam, but more importantly, quickly share a little bit more about ConnectSeal and how we serve the industry. We take a very unique approach in that, again, we're about creating superb transport technology, but we really want it to be easy and simple to use. We want it to be extremely secure, and we want it to be affordable. So as such, as we started many years ago and first started building technology, we made it a goal to get with the user and understand how they were using the product and how we could make it simpler. We use application based, whether it's a mobile app or the web app, and we want it to be easy to use and intuitive and those kind of things. So we're not about building a product and putting it out there and being complete. We're about evolving, and that's something that makes us different. We want to be experienced and responsive. Again, Kristen talked about our supply chain. Our team really is logistics and transportation veterans, whether that be operations or sales or safety. We've been in the industry for a long time, and then we've adapted the technology to support what the needs are. Our company culture thrives with humility and integrity. We do the right thing. Our customer service offering is Monday through Saturday, and we just take a very professional approach. We have very strict call metrics to serve the customer, whether that pick up the call live or call you back quickly. Speedy, agile development and evolving, and our goal is to innovate and help you lower cost, whether that be the fleet management system or, in this case, the camera solution. How does that evolve over time to continue to serve you and save you money? So from an industry perspective, we are Freight Tech 100 award winner 3 years running. We're the #1 and most popular ELD on Amazon.com, and we're also a trusted partner on the rating side where we have 5-star ratings with FreightWaves. And again, those are all driver, fleet manager, compliance manager, owner ratings. So we're proud of that and proud of our team for putting us in that position. The video system is a Logicam system. It is very intuitive. It is a new technology, and there's a few key features that we want to share today before we jump in and show you the product. And one is the system operates on edge computing, and edge computing means the camera operates without a cellular connection. So if you're in a rural area, if the truck is moving and the camera is recording, you may not see, if you don't have a cell signal, you may not be able to see the footage and the location of the truck on the back end, but you can rest assured that it is recording on the edge in the camera. You're getting the recording you need, and as cellular connection is established, you'll be able to see that technology. Camera views include road facing and driver facing, and that is all in one unit. And I'll show you the picture of the unit in a moment. And then we're working and very excited about the external camera system to protect the both sides and the back of the trailer. And that launch is at the end of this quarter, so March 31st. The camera utilizes machine learning and artificial intelligence, which separates it from many camera systems out there. The old way of doing things, you recorded everything, and then you had somebody go through footage and look and try to find ways to improve or to find incidents and accidents. And this camera system works dramatically different in that it really focuses on avoiding the accident. Recording an incident or accident is important, but what we're really focused on is how can we use artificial intelligence to change behaviors now, and so that we'll minimize and eliminate accidents. So the driver behaviors are all there. We're going to go through those in detail, and that's the AI features. And then the ADAS, which is the road features, are coming in Q2, and that is the front-facing camera following too closely, lane departure, stop signs, those kind of things. So it's a very technologically advanced product. The resolution is 1080p on the road facing and 720 for the driver facing. And there are two cameras. One is visual and one for infrared for the driver facing camera. Again, that is all in one unit. Many systems, you have to have two different cameras to do the road and the driver, but this is encapsulated in one product. Mounts on the dash. I'm sorry, on the window or the dash. The accelerometer, the camera does have an accelerometer, a GPS chip. So you're going to get real-time location from that camera via the GPS chip, and the accelerometer gives you that vehicle movement and motion. So the way it works, when you've got the key on and the truck is in motion, the camera is recording, and it's going to record as long as that truck's moving. When you stop the truck, cut off the tractor, it's going to record for an additional 10 minutes. That can be configured up to, I think, 50. But you're not running your battery and recording footage you don't need when the truck's parked. From a memory perspective, there are two features or two ways that we do it. 90% of our customers use the 128 gigabyte card, which provides 70 hours of continuous loop recording. There is an option to get 4 times that with the 512 gig and 280 hours recording. The 70 hours is plenty, in such that if you do have an accident or incident, you want to keep that, you just go grab the video, you download it, you can save it, you can share it, you've got it. You don't need to keep, thousands of hours of recordings. Once the memory capacity is reached, the camera overwrites the previous records. Okay, so it's a very nimble, very technologically advanced product, and that is the Logicam Dash Cam. Here's a picture of it. This part here is what mounts to the windshield. Again, this would be the driver facing view. I'm sorry, the road facing view. And then here's the back end. So you've got these two cameras for the driver facing for the AI technology. And this is a display. So as the camera gives feedback to the driver, it will actually show on the display. We'll talk more about that. It's a best in class video solution. Again, we talked about edge computing. The thing that we did, we spent a couple of years working on the camera, what we wanted it to do, what the market was looking for, et cetera. And one of the things that we learned was there's a lot of camera systems out there. There's ELD systems, there's fleet management, there's maintenance systems, but what in our surveys and discussions with fleets, both large and small, the thing that we heard over and over and over was, we want the system to be in one dashboard. We want to be able to see the ELD and the fleet management reporting, the scorecarding. We want the camera footage and the alerts. We want all that in one system versus jumping around to different web apps or different URLs when you're on your computer on the back end. The system, again, is focused on prevention. It does include incident and accident recording, but again, we're looking to focus on preventing an accident. If the company policy is to have this for the driver to wear the seatbelt, we want to make sure that the system, and it does support seatbelt use, you can rest assured that if somebody forgets to wear their seatbelt, the system will alert them, and they can quickly understand what that alert is. It'll make a couple of beeps to them. It'll come up here and show a person with a seatbelt, and they know, okay, I forgot to buckle. They reach over and buckle their seatbelt, and you're good to go. Again, the camera is very high quality. We spent, in that 2-year period, we spent a lot of time talking to camera vendors, and there's a lot of cheap cameras out in the market in multiple industries, but especially in the transportation industry. And we believe we've got the best camera for the price point that you can find in this business. It is a rugged tested unit, and it's built for vibration. It's built for heat, and we don't have any quality issues with the camera on all the installs we've done in the last year. A few more specs. Includes the 4G LTE, it's all 4G LTE package, full HD. We talked a little bit about the integrated LEDs. So your clarity in the cab at night is really good. You can see what's going on even in the dark. It does have live alerts and remote monitoring, and Tom's going to show that a little bit more as we do the demo. The video is stored in the cloud. So you've got that for video retrieval. All alerts are stored in our system for up to 6 months. And then if you want to download, you can keep it as long as you'd like. The camera does serve as a Wi-Fi gateway. The installation is very quick, 20 to 30 minutes. If you've got a fleet of trucks, we do work with different installers, but many of our fleets just do the install themselves. They route the trucks through in a matter of a weekend or multiple days, and once they get the hang of it, they install very quickly. The AI functionality includes distracted driving, cell phone use, food and beverage, seatbelt use, etc. And the built-in speaker will alert and notify the driver if there is a behavior that's not acceptable. And again, all that is configurable, which we're going to show you that as well. Configuration, individual camera or carrier level settings. So many carriers want all of the AI features inside the cab. Some say, hey, I want to turn on all the features, but I want to turn off smoking as an example. And that's easily configured at the carrier level by the admin for each carrier. So they go into our administrative portal, they go to settings, they turn that off, turn that on, click save, and they're good to go. And that functionality would be there, and it would be a part of our scorecarding as well. Full admin control. There are two distinct types of notifications in the system. One is an alert, and one is an event. The alert comes first, so the alert is both a visual on that display screen that we showed before, and also an audio alert with a couple of beeps, alerting the driver that there is a distracted driving, unbelted, whatever type of event it is. If that behavior is corrected, then there is no event recorded. If it's not corrected and it beeps a couple of times and the behavior doesn't change, then that event is recorded in a short video clip, and that provides notification on the back end for the admin, the safety manager, the owner, whoever the fleet, to go look at that and to review those daily, weekly, whatever they'd like to see. We talked a little bit about the accelerometer, but the benefit there is acceleration, braking, hard left, right turn, speeding events, etc. All that's captured because of the accelerometer inside the unit. Okay. With that said, we've got some additional information I want to share at the end, but I want to go ahead and jump in and have Mr. Tom Clark do a little show and tell and help you understand exactly what the dashboard looks like and what the screens, how the screens manage the safety system. Tom?
Andy, I need to be able to share my screen.
Yes,
there
sir.
We go. What a good looking man we got there. Let me see. I'm going to share number 2. So this is the camera overview screen. The tower is fully integrated with all of our other product offerings, ELD, tower track or trailer tracking. And as you just saw, the screen refreshed once a minute. In the overview screen, you've got a full listing of all of the cameras for a specific carrier. This is a demo carrier. They've got a total of 23 cameras. 20 of them are online. 3 of them are on standby, as you see that summary there, and then 1 is in offline. Online means it's moving and recording. Standby means it's stopped and gone beyond that 10 to 50 minute waiting period, and it's waiting for the driver to start driving again. Offline would be if either the camera is not getting power or it's in a bad cell area. On the map, You'll see the camera icons. You'll see a few of these with a white circle. That means that camera is currently in standby. So you can, there is a way you can refresh or wake that camera up if you need to get information from that camera. This map is, you can change the map view from satellite to, whoops, I don't want to do public transportation. I want to do terrain or map view, and it'll allow you a different view. You can expand the map to where it's a full screen, and you can drill down and go to an individual area and look at individual cameras. All right, so it gives you kind of a bird's eye view of where your cameras are. In addition to that, over to the right, you'll see snapshots. These are taken every 10 minutes as a result when the camera is online. If you hover over a snapshot, it'll tell you when the last snapshot was taken. You can go in and actually look at the truck level or the camera just by selecting the camera. This will allow you to go into the camera detail screen for that individual camera. But this gives you an accurate view of your camera inventory. You can sort it by either date timestamp of the last snapshot, the status, or by the truck. And again, it gives you one view of all your cameras. The other is you have a list view, which will tell you on each of your cameras. And I'm sorry, my touch is a little bit sensitive there. It will give you the ability to look at that and see not only where the truck is, or where the camera is, what its current address is, and what its status is, but the last time you've gotten some information, right? From there, you can go to the camera detail screen. In this case, we're going to go and look at this individual camera. In the detail screen, the first screen you're going to come to is the timeline screen. Timeline screen shows you everything that's happened with that camera on that particular day. In this case, I've gone back to the 22nd of February to show you what happened in the life of this camera. On the map, you'll see what we call a breadcrumb trail that kind of shows a history of where it's traveled. And you can press the play button and see exactly where it went throughout the day. When you stop it, it'll show you a time, lat long, and then location. And so you can look and kind of see where it's been throughout the day. It does have an adjustable speed. So if you want to watch it slower or faster, you can adjust that. Or you can use the advance either forward or backward to go one transaction at a time. But that gives you a view of kind of where the truck was, and you can zoom in on that and see at 12:13 exactly where that truck was on the map. So it was Ladue Road intersection there. To the right, you'll see a segment data of the different segments that truck has traveled that day. On each segment, it'll show you start and end times and locations of start and end, as well as the duration and distance that it traveled.
Sorry, could you say that again?
And then it's got
I
a,
didn't hear what you said.
sorry, my Siri's acting up. It'll show you also the dwell time between the next segment, as well as a max and average speed for that segment. You can also drill down and expand to see any other breakdown of that and actually see that individual segment on the map, as well as if there are events, you can see those on that individual segment. On the map itself, you can select show events, and it will show you all the events. Let me back up one. It'll show you all the events for the day on the map. And you'll be able to filter those by either, I'm going to select show events. and then it'll show you all the events that this driver had that day on that route. You can filter by events. So if I wanted to see distracted driving, I'd select that and it would only show me the distracting driving events both on the map as well as in the summary listing down below. All right, so we're going to go, I'm going to turn off my filter. And in addition, we're going to look at the entire day. And I'm going to look at this segment right here where we've got a distracted driving. I select that and it shows me distracting driving at 5:14. When I select that, it's going to actually take me to that individual driver and show me the video, both of the front facing and the driver facing of that driver and when the AI detected that event. This is a 10-second video, so it will show you, it'll capture it, put it on our server. You'll have access to it if you want to download it. You can download it at that time, or you can come back and check it later. Let's say, for example, I'm going to go to a different camera and we're going to look at the next section, which is live view. Live view allows you to look at a camera second by second. So this driver's driving down the road. This is live view. And you can see exactly where they are and look at the live view. This is paused after about 10 seconds to conserve data. The other thing within the live, so let's say if I have a complaint of a driver that has done, supposedly did something today at 11 a.m., I can go in and pull that footage using the video request feature. I go to that tab on the individual camera detail. I can bring it over. I grab my little cursor and I move it to 11 a.m. and then I can select play, and then it's going to go to the camera and actually pull. In this case, I'm pulling 30 seconds of video, standard quality. I can pull between 10 seconds and up to 2 minutes, either standard quality or high definition. Once that's available, and the pull time is dependent upon the size of the video in terms of duration, the quality, and also the cell phone configure or the cell phone signal. In this case, it's pulled it, and so it shows me exactly where that driver was at 11:01. And actually, I think it pulls, since this was 30 seconds, it pulls about 15 seconds before and about 15 seconds after the time that is selected. Again, I can look at it. If there's a complaint, I can validate it. If there's an issue, I can download both cameras and store those and use them for my records. All right. So the last thing I want to show you of the events, we have what's called a truck safety screen. And this is integrated not only with the camera, but also our ELD. It's completely configurable at the carrier level. And in this case, I've selected each of these camera events that are being measured and recorded and are a part of this truck safety. So each of these trucks, for acceleration, cell phone use, distracted driving, driver unbelted, food, drink, smoking, and then speed max, I'm collecting data for each of the events. So in this case, this truck, 1318, over this time period, have 45 different events of distracted driving. I can drill down into that. I can look at each one. I can go back and pull the video for each of those or look at the events. Some of our customers are using this as well as our driver safety scorecard to integrate both ELD and camera and use this as a incentive to reward the drivers that are being safe and that are having the behaviors that are wanted, and they're using it also to record for those that aren't, and it provides a excellent coaching opportunity. All right, Andy, I'll give it back to you. That's it unless there are any questions.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Tom. Let me pull my screen back up. Thank you for that demo. Very well done. I'll pull this up. The last thing we wanted to cover before we open it up for Q&A is we wanted to talk a little bit about the benefits. So, how can the system prevent and solve problems, right? As a wise man once said, features are great, but benefits pay the bills. So how can the system be used to prevent and solve problems? So number one, and we see this both internally when we were testing and also externally with all the cameras that we have with the fleets that we work with, the driver habits.
We're not seeing your screen.
Okay. Let me, sorry about that. That's a good catch, Mr. Tom. Okay, here we go. Can you see it now? Okay.
Yes.
So the driver habits improve, right? People, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all forget. We all need to be reminded. We all get distracted, right? We all have good days. We all have bad days. So the system is really good at improving driver habits. And you can see this in the alerts and the events that we capture when a carrier first come on board. So the first 2 to 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to see a lot more events. And then about the month at the first month mark point, you see those start to go down. It's really interesting. And obviously that increases safety. 2, reduces and eliminates distracted events. We've seen many cases where some fleets have major distractions that absolutely go away after a period of time. The awareness goes up and those are eliminated. On the back end, for the fleet manager, the owner, the dispatcher, the compliance leader, improve visibility and awareness when there's an accident. You're trying to piece together the puzzle. You're trying to understand the who, what, when, where, why. You've got the camera. You can check most of those boxes, and then you just got to fill in some gaps. But you're going to know where the driver was, what he or she was doing, where the truck was located. Was it raining? Was it snowing? Was the sun in their eyes? You're going to know all that. So you get that visibility and awareness right there very quickly. The system addresses risky behaviors before, like we said, prevention is where we focus. So you're obviously going to reduce the number of accidents or incidents, full visibility to what happened. But what does that mean? It allows you to a sense of urgency. You can resolve situations faster. You can get to the root cause of what happened, document it, download the video, get the driver back on the road. That's a major benefit of the system that we hear from fleets. Used to, they had to sit at the roadside, file a report, wait, call, several phone calls. Now we've got a video. We can get them going very quickly. Defend innocent drivers. This one's really popular. And we do see that there is a real movement, or has been, with the drivers. They understand that, hey, if I'm a professional driver, this gives me kind of eyes and ears out there. It's not just my word against the car on the interstate. I can be defended because I've got the footage. And there are many, many cases where a car veers into a truck and causes an accident that are not documented. Once you have that, you can defend your driver, and that's very popular in the driver community. The next benefit, accelerating any insurance claims. You've got the high def video evidence. It's not grainy. It's very visible. It's very clear. You can tell who the person is. You can tell what road they're on. Was it a 2-lane or 4-lane? All those details are there, and you can accelerate any claims. Ultimately, where this really pays off is lowering premiums. In most cases, the commercial insurance companies don't give a major discount just because you have the camera. But as your safety record improves and you have less incidents over time, fleets start to see lower insurance premiums. The one question that we got, or one of the questions that we got very early on, is what is the return on investment for the camera system, which is a great question. How does it pay for itself? And we couldn't really answer that question, but now that we've been doing it for over a year with this Logicam, we can absolutely answer that because we hear it every time there's an incident or an accident with a fleet. If I'd have had this camera system before when I had an accident, I wouldn't have had these problems. Or, hey, I spent $10,000 on an accident that was not our fault in legal fees. And if I'd have had the footage, I wouldn't even had to go to court. So the return on investment is the first accident, whether that's a fender bender, whether it's a scratch, whether it's somebody backing into you at a truck stop. You've got that, you get that return. It's a strong investment and it pays for itself, both camera, hardware, and the subscription very, very quickly. And maybe most important, if you've got rolling stock, we hear from many owners and fleet managers, you know, you're worried about what's going on the road. You can't be with your drivers. You hope they're trained. You hope they're doing the right thing, but with the camera system, you get a peace of mind that you don't get any other way. So it really gives you the ability to understand what's going on in the cab when you can't be there, over and above what you get from the telematics system. So with that said, Kristen, I'm going to turn it over because I know I've seen some questions come in, and we want to answer those and make sure we get some information out based on specific questions.
Oh, I'm muted. There we go. Thank you all. Thanks, Tom, for your demo. And Andy, thank you for all your information you've provided. We do have some questions that are coming in. And if there are any other questions, you can keep typing those in as we answer these first initial questions. All righty. Question number 1. What is included in the price, and do we need to purchase extra adapters or hardware?
Okay, I'll take that one. So all the pricing for all of our products is located on our website. You can go to www.connectseal.com. Each truck, in the case of the camera, each truck needs a camera and a subscription. But those are sold separately. Once you pay for the camera, that cost is out of the way. The camera includes a power cord that will be hardwired directly into the fuse block as an alternative. And that's the most popular because most fleets want to know that they're hardwired and there's no tampering. Alternatively, there is an OBD2 port power cable can be used. Those are, I think they're $12, but you can plug it in directly to that OBD2 port. We do have discounts available for fleets of 10 or more on the hardware.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, here we go. Does the dash cam have GPS?
Yes, it does have a GPS chip. So either if the camera system is a standalone in your fleet, then you've got real-time GPS like Tom showed us on the demo. If you also use the My20 ELD telematics unit and the fleet management system, then it's a redundant system. So now you've got a GPS inside the telematics unit or your ELD unit, and you've got a backup in the dash cam.
Awesome. So this next question kind of goes along with what you were just saying, but it's, can I use the dash cam by itself as a standalone unit? I think is what we're asking.
Yes. And again, we've got customers that use the entire system, and then we've got customers that just use the camera. So the answer is yes. For applications where drivers don't fall under the HOS rules, the FMCSA rules, the camera can be used as a standalone. And again, the major focus on all drivers can learn or can use the coaching feature. And then we've got, to Tom's point, he showed you the scorecard. We've got the telematics and the video scorecard integrated now. So you can see both, events from the camera, and then speeding and different things from the ELD as well.
All righty. Next.
Hey, Kristen, one more thing. Let me just throw in here.
Sure.
If they're under the HOS rules, if the fleet doesn't have an HOS solution or an ELD solution or looks to replace that, all of that is on one dashboard. And it's in, ELD compliance, IFTA, fuel management, the driver safety scorecard, two-way messaging, geofencing, the fleet management package has all those included.
That's a great point. So you can get everything. It's like a one-stop shop for what your fleet needs.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Next question here. Is the camera continuously recording? When does it start and stop recording?
It records when the vehicle's in motion. And it's all that again is configurable as far as the cab video and the audio recording. So they can turn the cab video on or off, and they can turn the audio inside the cab on or off.
Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of drivers are worried about their privacy, and so I'm sure that that's where that question is stemming from.
Yes, absolutely. And it's not the camera, the focus of the camera is not to record what the driver's doing when he's not, actually driving. That's not what it's for. So that's, again, it turns off after 10 minutes. It's really focused on AI technology to help while the wheels are rolling.
Alrighty. Let me just grab one or two more questions. We're coming up on our time limit here. This is a good one. Does the camera use data, or will we have to purchase an additional data plan?
Okay, that's a good question. Each Logicam has 1 gigabyte a month, and it is and that's included in the subscription rate, and it's a pooled plan, meaning if you have 50 trucks, you get 50 gigs. If one camera goes over and one's under it, it evens out. We rarely, if ever, have had anybody go over that pool limit. If you do go over that, over that limit, it's billed at $10 per gig per month. But again, I don't think we've ever had anybody go over that.
Okay. And that goes for ELD as well. We've never seen people go over crazy amounts of data. All righty, let's see. Can drivers cover up the camera lens?
That's a great question. The couple things there, the camera, and I can show this here if I can get to it here. Right here, the camera comes with a tamper proof cover, which it's not on here now, but it goes right here, if you can see on the screen. And what that tamper proof cover does is two things. One, it eliminates the ability for the power cord to be unplugged from the side of the camera. So it protects it from being unplugged. It's hardwired on one end and plugged in on this end with the cover. And then two, it restricts access to the SD card. So somebody can't get in there and play with the card. That would have to be something that the fleet manager, fleet owner, because it's got a special type of screw. And we do provide that screwdriver, but it's very tamper resistant. If the driver facing camera is instructed, the admin will see this on the snapshots and on the dashboard. So if somebody hung a shirt or a hat or put a piece of paper or tape over the camera, you're going to be able to see that on the dashboard very quickly. And that's why we do the thumbnail or the what we call the thumbnail, but the snapshots. When most fleet managers, they get in the morning when the trucks are moving, they just look really quickly, make sure they can see that the cameras aren't obstructed.
Yeah. All righty. Are there any other questions? I think we're about to our time limit here, so we'll go ahead and wrap up today.
Hey, Kristen, I've got one more it wasn't asked. I don't see it's on our list of questions, but it's very common.
Okay.
In the process I wanted to share, and that is, how long does the My20 LogiCam Dash Cam store video footage, which is,
That's a good question.
yeah, they're stored. The events are stored for 6 months on the ConnectSeal servers. So the FMCSA requirement for ELD is that those hours of service records are saved for 6 months, which is what we do. We followed that same pattern on the events. So you can, those are stored. We keep those for 6 months after they're recorded. Video recorded without an event that you go back and retrieve is available to download right while it's on that SD storage loop we talked about. That video remains on the loop. Basically based on what size cards you get. Each unit comes with that 128 gigabyte SD card, and it supports 70 hours of video recording while driving. And that's been, again, plenty for the fleets. The only thing you got to remember is if there's an accident, you're going to want to retrieve that in 2 or 3 days at most, and that's well within that recording window.
Great point, definitely. All righty. If there are no other questions, we'll wrap up today's session. Thank you guys for joining us today. Again, Andy, thank you so much for being on here today. And Tom, thank you for demoing the system.
Absolutely. Thank you.
bet. My
We appreciate
pleasure.
everybody's time.
Of course, if anyone has any questions, you can reach out to us via email at info@connectseal.com or call us at 865-888-6920 extension 1. We will be following up this demo with you'll receive the recording from today's demo. Yep, there's our information right there on the screen. There's our website, connectseal.com, our phone number, and sales@connectseal.com or info, either one will work. But we will look forward to talking to you all soon. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to give us a call. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.